Yo, what's up guys, BeatsbyHcien again. Kids, this is your first time, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to make a private school piano using a beat breakdown of a song that I made. And trust me, you want to stay to the end because I'm going to be showing you guys my thought process, giving you some tips and tricks, enough said. Let's just get straight into the video. So yeah, for this one, I just went straight to the BPM of 116. You want to get that 113 upward when you're trying to make those private piano, Amapiano, whatever is being said. So the first thing I did after I put down my BPM is to first of all bring in the private school drums, and I'm using an MX sample, which is actually a free sample pack, and it sounds like this. And you can see on my channel, I'm just basically using a smack attack. And the essence of using this smack attack, because when I drag and dropped the loop, it was sounding a bit loose, and I had to tighten the transient a bit. Let me play so you hear what it sounded like. So it's a bit too loose. So you can see how I tighten it. So you can always use smack attack to tighten your drums. Then after I did that, I added more shakers. And you can see for this as well, I'm also using a transient shaper, which is smack attack as well, to tighten it in. So what does it sound like together? So after doing that, I brought in another sound from Amavibe, from Afroplug Amavibe, and this is a very good Amapiano VST. If you can go purchase it, you can use this alone itself to make Amapiano. It has a lot of Amapiano sounds, from the EP to the drum kit to the bass to the log drums. So yeah, I'm basically using just the hi-hat for this particular one, and it sounded like this. And yeah, and after doing that, as usual, the next thing was just the normal riser. And I added a down lifter as well. So when you're making your Amapiano beat, you want to make use of risers, down lifters, and all of these tracks, to transition to different parts of the song. Maybe you're going to the bridge, maybe you're going to the hook, maybe you're going to the chorus. You want to use most of these transitions. So it's really, really important when it comes to making Amapiano and dance music in general. So I use that. I'm going to show you guys the log drum, but I think that should be the last thing because I'm using the free log drum VST as well for that. So moving on, I played this particular bass, from the Amavibe, which is the Moonsaw bass. And trust me, you want to go get this VST plugin, like I said. This, you want to have a headphones on so you can hear it clearly. So I play it together with the drums. This is what you're going to get. Ooh, you can hear the vibe already, sounding really nice. For the pianos, let's just go back to the verse of the whole song. Let's build the song after showing you guys the drum. Let's try to build the song so I explain to you guys my thought process. So I started with this chord progression, sounded like this. I play this slow. Just simple chord progression. So yeah, after playing that, I played this particular sound from 6. When you're starting your Amapiano, Afro piano or private school piano, you want to add a little bit of tension, suspense. So I always make use of the 6, and I always advocate for you guys to go get 6 or monopoly. Trust me, they are really nice. And I'm using the VC oscillation for this particular sound, just the normal sound, and it sounds like this. So together with the chords for the intro, made a little bit of change for the next part of the chord so it sounds different. And yeah, so yeah, the next thing I did, as you can see around here, was to bring in the SFX sound. Like I advise you guys, you want to make sure you're using this to transition. So yeah, I had to add in the SFX sounds. Like I advise you guys, you want to use that to transition into next phase when you're making Amapiano, Afropiano, or dance music in general. So I transition into the next phase of the intro where I brought in a sax. So yeah, after doing that, as you can see around there, and I basically I cut the sax a bit, give it a bit of, I don't want it to be too muddy for the low end part of the song, so that it doesn't really fight with the frequency space with the bass. And then I added a reverb, 55 reverb. I'm always adding hybrid reverb to my sax because it sounds really nice when you add reverb. It gives your sax more soul. So that's a tip there. When you're using your saxophone, you want to add a bit of reverb, just to give it more soul. And I'm using the normal preset from the hybrid reverb, and I just increased it a bit, and yeah. So after I did that, the next thing, when you're making your Amapiano, Afropiano, after you've made your maybe 20-second intro, I moved into the verse, and you want to be building up. Amapiano, Afropiano is about building up, then you give them a drop, then you take it back a bit and bring it drop. So yeah, that was exactly what I did there, and yeah. Where I added a vocals around. I'm going to play the drums so you can get a better understanding of what it sounded like. So it sounded like this. And as you can still see, I'm still using my SFX sound to, tell you guys something new is about to happen. And yeah, for the vocals, I didn't really do more. This is a vocal I got from Splice. I just had to be creative and blend them, different vocals, put them together to make a very nice song. So your creativity is really important when you're sampling as well. So I had that vocals on Splice, and I just did that. And for this bass that I played here, I'm still making use of the Moon sub bass from Afro Plug Ama Vibe. Trust me, you want to go get this. And it sounded like this. And I think for the bass, I didn't really add anything. I'm just using it how it sounded. Moving on to the next part of the 4/4 bars. Like I always advise you guys, every 4/4 bars, you want to introduce something new, keeps the beat interesting, and make the listeners to keep listening, make them feel like they are on an adventure or on a journey. So yeah, moving on. So around this part, I brought in another sound, the normal. And for this I'm using the Monopoly, which is the brass lead. Other than that sound, which is also from Monopoly. And around there, I felt like, okay, I want the listeners to start getting ready for what's about to happen. So I drag in a log drum. I play this log drum, and I'm using the free log drum VST, guys. I've done a video about this, and you can go get it. It's free. Shout out to AfroPlug for bringing this for you guys. So yeah, I used the Log Wonder Lost preset, and I just basically played this to complement with what the singer was singing. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to bring the vocals a bit lower so you can hear it better. So a simple tip when you're trying to make log drums, as you can see, if you play this, I'm just playing this as a normal bass. So this thing you are seeing here, this particular stuff you're seeing here is the same thing that I played here. Do you get? So when you're playing your log drums, you want to first of all play them just like you are playing the normal bass progression, following the root notes and the chord progression of the particular track. Then after you've done that, then you can start breaking it down and get in the upbeat, just break it down. And this is just basically a long bass, a passing note to a long bass, long bass, long bass. And I just try to be creative, listen to more Amapiano song to get the rhythm of what the log drum sound like. So that was just what I did around this side. And I was just trying to, up the tempo a bit and let the listeners know that something is about to drop. Added another sample right here, like I said, I'm trying to bring momentum. Added another bass. Around this part, I took out the drum loop that was sounding. One tip: when you're about to bring in that drop, you're about to bring in the main log drum sequence of the whole song, you want to take out the drum a beat for like 4 bars, 8 bars before that drop comes in, so that when it comes in, it hits harder. You don't want to bounce and hit when you're making dance music, Afro house music, Amapiano. So that's just a simple tip that you can do when your drop is about to come. Take it out a bit, let it be, take out the drum, let the whole beat drop a bit, then hit it. So that was just basically what I'm doing here. You can see I let everything settle around these parts. Another thing that you want to make your friend when you're making Amapiano dance music is automation. As you can see here, I'm automating this particular sound to be going up, like moving in volume. Like a flight, So you want to make use of automation a whole lot. Trust me, it's going to save you guys a lot of, help your track sound really nice. So yeah. Then the main drop. So yeah, for this one, all I'm doing is, as you can see, I'm still using the first log drum, Then the second log drum, I'm just using this as a sub bass. So you want to make sure when you're making your log drums, you have the one that hits, then you want to have one that's like a sub bass that's going to help with the low end of the overall track. So that was just what I was just doing here, and I'm using the log smooth preset. You can use this preset and make yours, because this is free, guys. This is free. So I'm using the log preset. So after doing that, I added something else again. So I always have different log drums for different reasons. When I'm laying my log drum pattern, I first use the first log drum to get the normal sequence, normal sequence that I want. Then I bring in another log drum that I used to put as my bass. Then after I've done that, then I start going crazy with another log drum. So step, get the structure first, get the sub bass, then you can now start going crazy and yeah. So the next thing I added was another log drum, still from the log drum VS, and I'm using the log word, and I'm just adding something else to like break it go higher a bit. Yeah. So that's just what I did there, and if you add it together, I added this sound. If you add the vocals, and make sure you don't forget the SFX sound that you use to like transition. Very important, please. As you can hear them around there, going on to the next phase of the log drums. So this was where I added more log drums. So I'm going to solo just the log drums again. And I added another one. And this is from my BeatsbyHcien Amapiano, Afropiano pack. You can go get it on my store or click link below to go purchase it. Yeah. So yeah, I just added this particular sound. So if you play with the drums, so this is just a pre-drop of what the whole track was going to sound like. And moving on, as you can see again, I dropped the beat again. That was the same thing I'm telling you guys. You want to take it high tempo, bring it down, take it high tempo again. It's like you're making music for the club, so you want to be able to figure and try to visualize what the listeners and how the listeners will vibe to this. So there's another drop right here. And for that one, I added a sax as well, as you can hear. Then the main drop comes in again. So at this part, I wanted just the sax and the log drum to shine. So I used an auto filter to put the vocals into a water effect, so that the sax can shine. And what I just did was the normal one played just the normal octave. So to make it different, I took this one higher. And this is the same thing with this. What I just did was to go like 12 octave plus 12, which is going the same note but a higher octave. Yeah. So together, this is what it sounds like. We'll bring it down for the listeners and up it once again. Bring it down.
It's BeatsbyHcien, the awesome G.
And one tip, if you notice anywhere the log drum comes in, I take out that chord progression so that you can get to B and get the vibe. And when the log drum goes back and when we're coming back to the singing side, I bring back the soul and the chord. Just a quick video showing you guys how I made this, showing you guys a tip and also how you can make some nice Afro piano. And if you like videos like this, message, drop a like, drop a comment, let me know what you think about the song and what else you want to see. Until I catch you guys in the next video, remember guys, to always stay productive. Peace.